Good morning, everyone. We have a special surprise today. I have brought you all the brown toothpaste. Gosh,
Yay!
we have LaTonya Butler here today, and I'm super excited. So we're going to go ahead and get started so that we can get to the reading. So as you all know, this is the virtual reading series. I'm Sharia Burnett, also known as This Woman's Words, and this series is co-sponsored by myself and Alamance Achieves. Today, like I said, we have LaTonya Butler with us, and I will tell you more about LaTonya in just a minute. But for the literacy resource highlight, I wanted to tell everybody about Tumble Book Library. That's TUMBLEBOOK, all one word, library. And I'll include the link in the comment section so that everybody can find it and in the caption on YouTube and Facebook. Tumble Book is a library opportunity that offers over 1,100 books for different grades, K through 6. And it includes unique animated talking picture books, read-along chapter books, National Geographic videos, nonfiction books, playlists, and books in Spanish and French. So if you go to the Tumble Book Library website, you'll see all kinds of information. It's a curated database of children's ebooks. So you'll get to see the variety of things that they have. There's kind of like a scrolling feature across the screen that'll show you some of the highlighted books that they're using. If you are in Alamance County, then if you have a library card or if you have ACPL Connect, you can connect to Tumble Book Library that way. And if you have questions, I encourage you to reach out to your local librarians to get some assistance with that. If your school librarian is not able to assist you, then some of our librarians with the Alamance County Public Library should definitely be able to help you. So with that being said, LaTonya Butler, y'all.
Hello.
So LaTonya Butler is a best-selling children's book author, registered dental hygienist, entrepreneur, and a lifelong learner. She's also known as the Brown Tooth Fairy. LaTonya is the author of Fuzzy Tooth Critters, Mila's Big Day, First Dental Visit, and her forthcoming children's book, Destined to Be. She recently earned the Kickstarter Project We Love badge and exceeded her campaign goal for her diverse and uplifting children's book, Destined to Be. As a dental and youth advocate, LaTonya's mission involves promoting early childhood dental hygiene care and helping children discover perseverance beyond their comfort level in the dental office and schools. She dedicates her time and has the passion for helping children build self-confidence and encourages them to follow their destiny and believe that outstanding achievements are within reach. Tonya continues to implement fun ways to become an asset to society. She's on a mission to do all things with love and spread happiness to young dreamers, one smile at a time. LaTonya knows I think that her smile is contagious.
Thank you.
On Zoom and in real life and on Instagram. Her Instagram stories are amazing. So you have to pay attention to the best stories. They're all like
thank you.
And beautiful. And she does it, so she's gonna have to teach me her ways. As somebody who was planning to be a dentist, but we chemistry is real. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Chemistry is a beast. So as somebody who was planning to be a dentist because I had a dental accident as a child, I am extremely excited to have LaTonya here. And I really share in her mission in wanting to make sure that our children are getting the best dental care and feel comfortable in dental visits. But without further ado, because we could just have this whole conversation right now.
Yes.
Right. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to LaTonya Butler to read Destined to Be.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me on your platform. And thank you everyone for tuning in. I am so excited. This is actually my first book reading for Destined to Be. So this is a project that was really dear to my heart. It took me about 1.5 years to complete this project through trial and tribulations, but through grace of God, I moved by faith, and here it is. So you guys are the first to get the reading of Destined to Be. Yes. All right. So I have Destined to Be, which is an encouragement booster to build self-confidence. It's the first book in the Mila and Friends series, so this is not the only one. I'm already working on stories for the second and third book as well. But I would like to read the dedication before I get started. To all of my young dreamers, a great surprise is soaring from deep inside of you. Never stop believing in the wonderful things that you can achieve. Make sure they can see it. Good morning, class. I have something amazing to say. Mr. Eli proudly greets the boys and girls. Friday, the class will have its first career day. You're destined to be unique in great ways. You're bright, you're smart, you're creative. This is your chance to dress up, pretend, and role play. Uniforms and props for all careers will be allowed. Come prepared. Don't be shy. It'll be fun, Mr. Eli announces, cheerful and loud. Oh my, Mila thinks, with her thumping heart racing. I'm afraid to speak out loud. The butterflies in my tummy are bowling, embracing. And Mr. Eli paces the floor. Class, pick one letter to choose who you would be, Mr. Eli tells everyone. Mila slowly pulls out a big bold letter D. I'll be an artist because I like to paint. I'll be the president and change the world, Mila Friends shouts out with no complaints. I want to make everyone smile. What should I be? Mila joins in on the discussion. I got it, Mila smiles with glee. I can be a dancer. How about an African dance, ballet, hip hop, or maybe jazz? I'm not really good with moves. I don't have a chance. I can be a DJ and entertain the crowd. We can all have a classroom party. But then Mr. Eli adds, no music allowed. I can be a cool detective solving a crime. Sadly, the long days and late nights will have me out past my bedtime. Maybe I can be a film director and explore my creativity. Bliss for movies makes everyone smile. Although this is a fun career, it doesn't fit me completely. Mila gives up on her future destiny. She becomes so sad. She cannot decide on who she's destined to be. Mr. Eli asks, are you okay, Mila Pearl? You seem to be in deep thought. You're daydreaming again and twirling your pink pearls. Mila mumbles, why couldn't I get a different letter other than D? Put on a bright smile. You'll think of something quickly. Mr. Eli whispers to cheer Mila up. There are great careers that begins with the letter D. Finally, Mila gets a clever idea for the big moment. Good morning, young professionals. Today we will have our first career day, Mr. Eli announces. Please pick one number to choose who will go first. Mila closes her eyes tightly. She grabs the number 1 and feels like she is cursed. Oh my, Mila thinks, with her racing heart again. Those butterflies are dancing. I'm nervous, but I can do it. My fears won't win. Who would Mila be that begins with the letter D? It's a surprise. You will soon get to see. Taking a few slow, deep breaths, Mila calms herself down. Those butterflies disappear. that scared feeling about speaking is no longer around. Classmates are clueless. What's in the shiny sack? Mila proudly shows off each prop. Her friends, ooh and ah, as she starts to unpack. My favorite part. I want to be great, change life, and make others smile. I want to be a tooth doctor, the youngest to begin a journey as a child. I'm destined to be a dentist, a tooth fanatic. My dreams bring me hope and joy. I believe in myself, and I will do my best at it. The end. And then, of course, in the back, I'll leave that for the readers to read on their own, but I included 2 historical fun facts of dentists who also was destined to be great. So I did highlight the Dr. Robert Tanner Freeman and Dr. Otter Gray Nelson Rollins. So just kind of little fun facts for everyone to see how I started this mission and what inspired me to write my book.
I love it. Come on, Tooth Fanatic. Yes. That is Tooth Fanatic. So we're going to get right to the questions. We've kind of already answered this, but I'm going to get you to give a direct answer in response.
Okay.
What led you to write your book?
Oh my goodness. Well, just backstory. I began writing my children's stories when I was in dental hygiene school. And when we started to go on the our dental mission for us doing presentations, and I noticed there wasn't any books with brown kids in it for sure. So I wrote Fuzzy Tooth Critters, and there wasn't any books that really kind of dive into what plaque was, what causes plaque, how I can get rid of plaque. So I just wanted to kind of educate the community about the oral hygiene regimens that you can do just at home and not just at the dentist to kind of keep up the oral hygiene. So that kind of inspired me to write my children's book. But when I presented to my husband, I kind of told him about it. He said, well, you do know what this means, right? And I said, no. He said, you got to become more comfortable with getting out into the public. I'm camera shy, believe it or not, but that was something that I knew that I had to work on. It wasn't easy. And I kind of poured myself into Destined to Be. So this right here goes all back to my 6-year-old self. So the book of Destined to Be is a encouragement booster to kind of build self-confidence, like I said. But while I was, let me backtrack. As I started as a dental hygienist, I met a lot of kids with confidence, a lot of kids without confidence. And not only did I just talk about dentistry, I also talk about real life, their educational goals. So I found myself being a mentor right there in my dental chair. And that alone like gave me that boost of confidence. So like, okay, I really tapped inside of why I want to work with kids in the first place. I used to want to be a school teacher and a pediatrician, but moving by faith, that did not happen for me. And many do not know. I don't talk much about it, but I was a teenage mom. I had my daughter at age 18, okay? So a lot of things changed for me. I lost out on scholarships. I didn't know I can take a baby on the road with me. So I kind of stayed with it in South Carolina, and I did what I had to do. I didn't stop. I got my CNA certification. I worked. I continued to go to school, work 2 jobs, morning and night. I just kept going, nonstop. So eventually I decided to go for dental. And I just felt like it was God-led, like literally God-led. Went to my career talk for nursing. But before I went there, there was a career talk about dental. I said, okay, let me try this out. Went there, loved it. And from there on, it just kind of inspired me to just do more things in life. So Destined to Be is a story to encourage kids, never give up, even adults, no matter what road bump you meet in. I mean, just go for it. Don't stop. Just have faith and put God first, and he'll open up doors, many doors, and lead you the way.
Indeed. And I think that circles back to your quote from the beginning, never stop believing in the wonderful things you can achieve. And I think sometimes when we feel like we have a roadblock or a barrier or something that stops us a little bit, we automatically assume that it's over, and it doesn't have to be over.
Yes.
And so I appreciate you sharing your story, because I definitely think that our youth are not taught that there is a life after certain things, right?
Yes.
And so be that pregnancy, be that anything, like, you know, some people get a bad grade in a class and they think that's it. And it doesn't have to be it. But sometimes we're also divinely redirected for it.
Yes.
And so I think that you would have been a wonderful teacher or pediatrician or nurse, but I am positive that you're an amazing dental hygienist, right?
Yes.
So that's the difference.
Yes.
So what do you want our community of readers to remember about or to take from your book?
Well, my book delivers several messages. One, for if you have caught on, as I was reading, Mila thought about all these great ideas. And then she kind of doubted herself. So, and again, she was afraid to speak out loud. So my book kind of expressed Mila having anxiety, social anxiety. She didn't have confidence in herself. And that's something that I experienced up until my college years, as just going through and realizing that I was really like intimidated by others. Walking in the room when I started the dental hygiene program and orientation, I was the only African-American. So I held my head high, but at the same time too, it wasn't easy. So I want kids to take from this book and want them to know that life is not easy. You go run through a lot of trial and tribulations. Mila expresses how she overcame that at the end. She wasn't confident, but she had someone to give her that confidence. Her teacher reassured her. Affirmations, I use affirmations throughout the book because I feel like that's really important. One of my favorite scriptures I always carry with me, I will walk by faith even when I can't see, because you don't know will present it to you. You don't know what to expect in the future. Just be prepared and just have faith. So my book kind of displayed that, like, just, it's okay. It's okay to be scared. It's okay not to know exactly what the outcome's going to be. Just have faith and just keep moving.
Such a great message. Great message. The keep moving, especially.
Yes. Don't stop.
Sometimes, exactly. Sometimes we have faith and we stop. But faith without works,
exactly,
is important. And so you told us that there's another book coming.
Yes.
What's next?
Oh my gosh. During my downtime, I write a lot. And all authors do, for sure. But that's how I get through my stress. I just start, and ideas just pop in my head. Oh my gosh, you don't know. You can ask my husband and he'll tell you I'm constantly writing or I'm typing because ideas just come nonstop. So I have several stories written. And one story is actually in illustration stage right now. And I have about 3 that's ready for the editing stage. But yes, so I can say of all those books, one, I can say this, Fuzzy Tooth Critters will have a 2nd edition. So Fuzzy Tooth Critters will get a new makeover. So you guys stay tuned for that. And then of course I'm working on the 2nd edition for Mila's Big Day. And then also I have a grievance books coming up pretty soon, dedicated to my aunt and my grandmother who passed away in 2020. And they were 2 female influentials in my life. It just broke my heart when they passed away, but I am finally living my best life after 13 years. I resigned from my job. Yes, so that was a big step for me. So me resigning from my job allowed me to reflect on myself and focus more on my books. So it's giving me more time to create more stories. So yes, so more to come.
All right. So with that in mind, where can we purchase your book?
Yes, you can purchase my book on my website, LaTonyaButler.com. You can also purchase my books from Amazon.com.
And I know the answer to this question, but they don't know. So where can we find you on social media?
Oh, well, to make it easy for you, you can always go again to my website, LaTonyaButler.com. And I do have a link where it takes you directly to my Instagram @_2fairy. Or you can find me also on Facebook at the Brown Tooth Fairy.
All right. So I encourage you all to check out LaTonya's social media. It's fantastic. Everything is just beautiful. And I also encourage you all to pick up these books and remember to brush your teeth. I think
yes,
would want me to tell you to brush
twice a day.
Twice a day. She said twice a day, y'all.
And floss once a day.
And floss once a day. Did y'all catch that? So that brush twice, floss once. So I want to thank LaTonya Butler so
Thank you
here today and participating in the virtual reading series. This is our finale. So for the month of June, we came to kick off summer reading, and we kicked it off with Charlita Hatch, followed up by Crystal McLean. Then we had Dr. Adria Theodore, and now we have LaTonya Butler.
Yes.
That it was going to be a wonderful month, and indeed it has been.
Yes.
We do have one more episode of the Discover Your Local Library series coming up, where we're going to learn about all the branches of our library. So that will be on Wednesday at 6:30. I encourage you all to check that out. Thank you all for tuning in for the virtual reading series. Thank you all for participating in the Discover Your Local Library series. Make sure you're following LaTonya Butler. Make sure you're brushing your teeth. Again, brush twice, floss once. And we look forward to seeing you possibly next year. And maybe LaTonya Butler will be back with a lot of books to buy and to read, right? You all have a wonderful day. Bye.
Bye.